Hello all, welcome to this session. In this session, I'm going to explain what are CSS selectors. So let's get started. Originally, developers use CSS selectors for applying the CSS stylings to the web page or the UI elements on the web page. Developers use a technology known as or a language known as HTML for creating this kind of web page having some UI elements on it. But using that HTML, developers cannot apply the styling to the elements on the web page or to the web page. So developers need to take the help of something known as CSS. CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheets. This topic I have covered in the previous session. Okay, refer to the previous session before coming to this session where I am covering the CSS selectors. And to understand the CSS selectors, you need to have some basic knowledge of CSS, which I covered in the previous session. Fine. So developers use this technology known as CSS selectors technology to apply this CSS provided stylings to the web page or to the elements provided on the web page. HTML will only help the developers in building or creating this web page containing the UI elements or organizing these elements on the web page. But using HTML, developers cannot apply the stylings. Developers need to take the help of something known as CSS to apply the stylings to the web page or elements on the web page. But to apply the stylings, okay, to apply the CSS stylings to the web page or elements on the web page, developers need to take the help of something known as CSS selectors, which will help the CSS in locating the web page or elements on the web page. Okay, that's what exactly the CSS selectors original purpose is. Okay, this is how the CSS selectors came into the real world. This is a real picture, okay, where the real use case of what is the purpose of the CSS selectors in the real world. So let me give a small example for that. For example, here we have some HTML code. So developers have written this HTML code to create this kind of web page. Okay, to create this kind of web page, this kind of HTML code is written by the developers. Now, along with that, developers have created some UI elements on this web page. Okay, along with that, developers have created some UI elements on the web page. Like for example, one heading is there. Okay, here one heading is created. Okay, on the web page, one heading is there. Okay, let me show you like how the web page is created and on that web page what are the different type of UI elements are there. Let me show you with this HTML code how the developer have created the web page, and on the web page what are the different type of elements we have. Let me show you. File, open container folder, explorer. Let's go to this, let's open this HTML file containing that HTML code in a browser. Let's say like this, you can see the HTML page created. This HTML page is created with the help of what? This HTML code. Okay, on that HTML page, we have this heading with the name demo heading. And along with that, we have three paragraphs. First paragraph, in this session, we are going to learn about CSS. This is second paragraph. This is third paragraph. Okay, like that, multiple paragraphs are there on this web page. So all these are created with the help of HTML. With the help of HTML, the web page containing the elements got created by the developers. Now, developers need to use something known as CSS stylings. Okay, to change some colors, to apply some colors, like here you see the body section of the page is in blue color, light blue color. How this came? How the light blue color is there possible? Because here developers have applied some stylings. Which styling here? Background hyphen color light blue. This is one CSS styling. This is a CSS. This is nothing but CSS or CSS styling, guys. Now this CSS styling need to be applied to who? To the background of this page. How the light blue color styling is applied to the background color of the page? How that is possible? Developers are taking the help of something known as CSS selectors. Here body is nothing but CSS selectors. Before the CSS property, CSS styling property, what is mentioned here? Body is mentioned. So this highlighted green color part that I am showing here is nothing but the CSS selector. So developers are taking the help of CSS selectors to apply this CSS styling property to which element on the web page? To this body section of the web page. So to the entire body section of the web page, this is a body area of the web page, light blue color is applied. Similarly, you can see the heading. Which color is applied to the heading? Which color is applied to the heading? Red color. So how the developers are applying that red color to the heading? Here some CSS property, styling property is there, color red is there. How this red color CSS property is applied to the heading, that is demo heading text here? How the developers are able to do it? Developers are taking the help of something known as CSS selector. This is an example of CSS selector. H1, body are examples of CSS selectors. H1 is a CSS selector. Nothing but it's locating H1 CSS selector is locating what? H1 tag. To this H1 tag, this red color is getting applied. Okay. So developers to apply the CSS styling to a particular element on the web page, they are taking the help of something known as CSS selector. This is what is the purpose of the CS selector and why the developers use CS selectors in real time. They use the CS selectors in real time to apply the CSS properties to the appropriate UI elements on the web page. Okay, that's what is the actual purpose. Now I'll give you one more example. Okay, for example here I want to, okay, before doing anything or before applying any styling to any of the elements on this web page, let's go to this web page and see that there are three paragraph text. First paragraph text, second paragraph text, and third paragraph text. Three paragraph texts are there. All are in which color? Black. Everything is in black color. Okay, everything is in black color. Now if I say P here, P stands for what? This P tag. I'll remove the P for a while. And here I'll provide the opening and closing curly braces. Inside that, I want to specify one CSS property. Okay, inside this curly braces, what I want to do? I want to specify some CSS property. For example, again, color property, I want to specify color. Okay, I want to specify color. And I want to give some green color here. Okay, I want to give some green color. Now, this CSS property will be applied to any UI elements on the web page? The answer is no. There is a CSS property, but the CSS property is not applied to any of the UI elements. You see, nothing will be, if I save this and open this web page and refresh, you see, all are still in black color only. Okay, none of these paragraphs are there in green color. What is the reason? Because this CSS property is not applied to the web page or any elements on the web page. Why? Because we are not using CSS selectors in this example. Okay, we have a CSS property, we have the elements on the web page, or we have the web page itself, but this CSS property is not getting applied to any of the elements or to the web page. So how to overcome this problem? Before the CSS property, we have specified the CSS selector. How to specify that? What if I specify P? P stands for P tag. Here P tag is there, here P is there. For all the paragraph tags, this CSS styling will be applied. Now save this. Now go to the web page and refresh. You see all the paragraph texts, three paragraph texts are converted into green color. Now my requirement is, now this is getting, the CSS property is getting applied to all the elements on the web page which have the P tag. That's great. Now I want to apply this CSS property only to the paragraph which is having the ID attribute value as P sample in this example. Okay. I don't want the color green to be applied for all the text of all the paragraphs. Rather, I want to apply the color green to only the paragraph which is having the ID as P sample. How to do that? P square bracket and opening and closing square bracket. Inside that, you have to provide this. Okay. ID is equal to P sample. So this is how I created one CSS selector. I'll be explaining how to create such kind of CSS selectors. I'm about to teach you like how to write this kind of CSS selectors by yourself from scratch. Since I already have the knowledge of creating the CSS selectors, I am doing it on the fly. But you may not be aware of. You are aware of XPath expressions, how to write the XPath expressions from scratch. Okay, which I have already covered in the previous sessions. Okay, in the previous sessions previous sessions of the course I have already covered how to write the XPath expressions by yourself. Okay? I took good number of sessions for that, right? The similar kind of technology CSS selectors also use. Okay, but there are some syntax differences. Okay, between the XPath expressions and CSS selectors, there are some syntax differences. You can clearly see. Generally, if you have to write the XPath expression here, I have to write double forward slash, right? And here, before the attribute name, I have to provide @ symbol in XPath expressions. Okay, here I have to write @ symbol. Then it becomes an XPath expression. But can a XPath expression will help the CSS properties, CSS styling properties to apply the styling to the particular elements on the web page? The answer is no. Here, XPath expressions won't work in this technology. Okay, developers have to take the help of something known as CSS selectors only. Here, XPath expressions won't help. In place of the XPath expressions, we have to use CSS selectors only in this context. Developers have to use CSS selectors only to apply the CSS styling to the particular elements on the web page. So let's convert it back to the CSS selector. Let's remove double forward slash @ So there is a small syntax difference between the XPath expressions and CSS selectors. Hope you are able to understand, right? Okay, if you have practiced XPath expressions in the previous sessions that I have explained, you see, understanding the CSS selectors is not a big deal. Okay, anyhow, I'm going to cover how to write the CSS selectors in detail in the upcoming sessions. Okay, in the next session onwards, I'm going to teach you how to write the CSS selectors for you. Okay. So, which is kind of easy if you already have learned XPath expression writing. Fine. Okay. Now, with the help of this CSS selector, this CSS styling is getting applied to which element on this web page? There are so many elements. Body tag is there, H1 is there, P is there, P is there, P is there. In that, only the P tag which is having the ID as P sample, the color green will be applied. Okay. Save this. Now go here and refresh the page and see that only the second paragraph which is having the ID as P sample is getting located. Remaining paragraphs are still in black color. Okay, only this paragraph text is converted into the green color. Understood, guys? What is the use or role of the CSS selectors in applying the CSS stylings to the particular element on the web page? So this is what is exact or original purpose of CSS selectors in real time. In real time, this is the original purpose of CSS selectors, where developers use the CSS selectors to apply the CSS styling properties to appropriate elements on the web page or to the web page. Fine. Now coming to the testers. Now you understood how the developers will use CSS selectors, right? Original purpose is this one of CSS selectors. But now let's come to the testers. Coming to the software testers, they use the same technology of the CSS selectors to help the automation tools like Selenium in finding or locating the UI elements on the web page. Here, testers are not using CSS selectors for applying the CSS styles to the elements on the web page. That is actual purpose why developers will use CSS selectors in real time. But coming to the testers, they don't use CSS selectors for this purpose. They use CSS selectors to help the automation tools like Selenium in finding or locating the UI elements on the web page. You already know in one of the previous session explained Selenium is by default blind. For the Selenium to locate or find this element, it's not possible by default. Selenium need to take help of some locator types like CSS selectors, XPath, and so many locator types are there. Any of the locator types it need to take the help of to find or locate the elements on the web page so that Selenium can perform some operations on these elements on the web page, right? So here, software testers are using the CS selector, same technology of the CS selectors that developers are using for applying the CS styling to the elements for this purpose where this in this context of testers, they use CS selectors to help the Selenium automation tool to find or locate the elements on this web page. So CS selectors we are using as locators purpose, okay? For helping Selenium automation tool in finding the elements on the web page, that purpose we are using, okay? So that's all for this session. See you in the next session. Thank you. Bye bye.